The Great Lakes. Canada has more lakes than any other country in the world. As a result, lakes are not just an important geographical feature, but also a key part of Canadian culture and identity. One of Canada's most unique water features is the Great Lakes. This group of 5 massive lakes is clustered together along the border between southern Ontario and the United States. A fun way to remember the names of the Great Lakes is the mnemonic HOMES, H for Huron, O for Ontario, M for Michigan, E for Erie, and S for Superior. Lake Huron. Lake Huron is home to Manitoulin Island, the world's largest island within a freshwater lake. It's also the second largest lake in Canada and the third largest in the world. To give you an idea of how enormous it is, its largest bay, Georgian Bay, is so big that if it were a standalone lake, it would rank among the top 20 largest lakes in the world. Lake Ontario. Although it's the smallest of the Great Lakes, Lake Ontario is still the 14th largest lake in the world and provides drinking water to over 9 million people. It even has a unique connection to baseball history. During his first professional game, 19-year-old Babe Ruth hit a home run at Hanlan's Point Stadium, and the ball famously landed in Lake Ontario. Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is the third largest of the Great Lakes by surface area, but because of its depth, it holds more water than Lake Huron. It's the only Great Lake entirely within the borders of the United States. Nicknamed the Shipwreck Graveyard, it contains between 1,500 and 2,000 shipwrecks, preserved by the lake's cold, fresh water. These wrecks make Lake Michigan a hotspot for divers and underwater exploration. Lake Erie. Lake Erie is the 4th largest of the Great Lakes, but it is also the shallowest. This shallowness has led to it having the highest number of shipwrecks, over 2,000. However, only about 370 of these wrecks have been discovered so far. Its shallow waters also make it the warmest of the Great Lakes during the summer, and the only one that can completely freeze over. The last time this happened was in 1996, when people could drive across the ice from the US to Canada. Lake Superior. Lake Superior isn't just the largest lake in Canada, it's also the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area, spanning over 82,000 square kilometers. Its maximum depth reaches an impressive 405 meters, 1,333 feet, and it holds 10% of the world's fresh water. It's so massive that it experiences tides, and the sun sets 35 minutes later on its western shore compared to its eastern shore. Niagara Falls, one of Canada's most famous landmarks, has a special connection to the Great Lakes. Water from Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, and Erie flows into the Niagara River, which feeds into Niagara Falls before continuing on to Lake Ontario. Niagara Falls actually has 2 sides, one in the United States and one in Canada. If you're wondering which side offers the best views, Canada has the more dramatic vantage points and easier access to these breathtaking falls.